Hey folks, iPack Instructor here. I trust you're doing well. I had to stop by the shop, get some items ready when it comes to a class that I got going on, and I was seeing some pretty wild news that I feel you ought to start getting prepared, guys. It's getting real creepy out there, and history was made, and it's not in a good way. We're going to unpack some of it, and I'm going to give you my opinion on which direction you may want to consider going. I'm also going to announce the winner of the Silver Bullion. I'm a terrible host. I was supposed to do that like a week ago. You know, it's not like that I disregarded you guys. At some point I forgot. Another point I was busy doing other things. But here we are. We're going to do that in just a moment. But coming in out of PBS NewsHour, it is the second largest bank failure in the history of the United States, behind only that of Washington Mutual in 2008. The bank failed after depositors, mostly technology workers and venture capital-backed companies, began withdrawing their money, creating a run on the bank. You know, I've talked about it in a previous video that bank runs are coming, and it's been real wonky, as you know, since 2020. And of course, we're talking about Silicon Valley Bank seized by the FDIC after largest failure since the Great Recession. Folks, everything is lining up where things are not looking good, and I believe that we are approaching a serious economic collapse. It's history repeats itself, right? And you know, I could be wrong. I may be wrong. There's a good chance I am. I don't know about you, but I'm gearing up because it's better to be prepared. You know, in an economic collapse, guys, when prices of commodities, goods, food, shirts, shoes go up 100%, 150%, people are going to be scrambling around. They're still going to go to work. You know, everyone thinks the end of the world. If people are still going to be going to work, people are still going to be living their lives, going out on dates. It's just how expensive is that date to go out to dinner and risk being robbed, mugged, criminal assaults, and the list goes on and on. So those restaurants and those movie theaters, they're going to have to pay for private security, and you're only safe in that little section of that shopping area. But once you leave, you're on your own. You know, I'd love to say in the collapse that country dwelling is better than city dwelling. Everyone thinks, you know, they move out to this country and they're going to be safer. And there are elements, do not get me wrong, versus a city dwelling. But when it comes to city, you're dealing with, you know, higher, denser population, likely to have more pickpocketing and robberies. But folks who are in the country and they're way out there in the woods, they've got a fear that when there is that home invasion, those marauders, those criminal elements, they're likely going to hold up in that house for a few days, ultimately making a really bad, I don't know how much I could say here on the tube, but making a really bad experience for the people and the occupants of that home. And most of the time, they're not going to walk away, but they're going to live through torture. You know, you may think that you're always going to be carrying your pistola or your long rifle on your person at all times, but when you're changing the water pump on your car, you don't have eyes in the back of your head. Dude walks up to you and robs you. Hey, it's kaput. You know, I don't know, you got to think about these things, guys, because in an economic collapse, people are going to be so desperate for food, water, and the basic necessities that if we saw it in Venezuela, they raided the zoos. They were eating the zoo animals just to get some sustenance and protein. So they were going after the zebra and the monkey. I mean, guys, this is serious, and it can happen right here in the United States of America. We are teetering on the edge, in my opinion. And again, I hope I'm wrong, and, you know, my preparedness simply will be used. You know, I'll eat the pasta, I'll eat the frozen foods, whatever the case may be. So, you know, something else to think about when it comes to the banking, that there is more than 22 trillion in U.S. banking system. The FDIC has 124.5 billion on its balance sheet and a 100 billion line of credit from the U.S. Treasury. FDIC assets cover only 1.26% of deposits, about the size of Silicon Valley Bank. That's one bank, just one bank. Let that sink in. And the environmental, social, and corporate governance, the ESG, is on its way, guys, including that digital wallet. Now, I know not all are big fans of gold and silver, and I don't think that you should solely invest in gold and silver. That would be ridiculous. But I think it's important to have some form of old-fashioned, tried the test of times moolah, and that was silver and gold, all right? Big fan of it, a little bit, right? They always say diversify your finances, and having a little bit of silver and gold helps doing that. And if you are the winner or the previous winner of the silver bullion, you are now part of 1%, because it's only about 1% of the population that collect silver and gold and have it as a safe value. If you win this, or if you previously won, you're a part of that 1%, guys. I'm a big fan of it. So I'm going to do that here in just a moment. Prepare for economic issue, guys, because it's a coming. You know, in the city, you're not going to be worrying about some dude trying to peck you off at 300 yards away. That's just my opinion. Again, I said it's going to be more pickpocketing. But those of you that are living in the country, in that rural area, you have to be concerned about somebody sniping you at 300 yards. You got to be concerned about those groups of individuals looking to get you. By the way, the bad guys, they aren't going to show up wearing leather jackets and chains on motorcycles, or wearing that orange Department of Corrections jumpsuit showing where they just came from. They're going to look at you and I, and sometimes even dressed better than you and I. Remember, robbers are professionals at what they do. They're good at it. That is their industry, and that's why living in situational awareness is critical. Anyways, I can go on and on. The winner of the 1 ounce bullion coin. Now, I try to be as transparent as I can with this, guys. Last time I did it in a live feed. This time you're going to have to trust me. Here is the video that I had made that announcement. All right, I'm going to click on the comment section here. Going to click on the comment section. What I'm going to do is just scroll back and forth, and ultimately, whoever my finger touches is going to get that 1 ounce silver. I'll reach out to you. Hopefully you'll see it in the comment section. And there we go. I'm clicking on that one. Who was it? You see yourself, Paisan? Mr. Fred Girash. I appreciate all the support, my friend. And I appreciate you tuning in. You are the winner of the 1 ounce silver coin. Sir, I'll reach out to you. I can mail it to you. I'm going to be doing this again. I promise when I do it again, I'll make the announcement of the winner sooner. I was a week late, all right? I love you. I thank you. I appreciate you. As always, share our videos. I appreciate all the support you guys have given. The page just continues to grow leaps and bounds. Let me know what you want to talk about. As always, remain safe, carry your pistola, and, well, pray to your Creator that'll keep you safe. Thank you.